Welcome back to Across Louisiana. Now, one of the things that we're lucky to have here in South Louisiana is a great theater community, lots of good messaging going on, and a lot of that's coming out of SeLah Productions. And here to tell us all about what they have that's new and exciting is Javonophilia Butler. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Obviously a great community asset to have, always want to add to the arts here, and especially when it has such a great message and cause as yours. But for folks who might not be familiar with the great work being done by SeLah, tell them a little bit about that.
Okay, well, SeLah Productions is a nonprofit organization, and we actually, our mission is to aspire to inspire, and we have children, youths, and adults that come to us, and we train them in singing, acting, and also dancing. And we just launched a new program. It's a mentorship program. It's called Theater Me, and it allows the college students to come in and accrue credit hours for their selected university or community college.
Oh, awesome.
And so we're training now in backstage crew also. And we just, we give to the community. Every time we have a production, we give a portion of our ticket proceeds to a different charity or organization. And so we're very excited about giving back to the community.
Obviously, this is something that's very close to you and that you're very passionate about. I mean, tell the folks a little bit about how it came to be.
Well, actually, I started writing plays at my local church, Greater King Triumph Baptist Church in Lutcher, Louisiana, and I am the youth director there, and I still am presently. And our pastor is Charlie Jones Sr. of LaPlace, Louisiana. And the children needed someone to write plays because we were participating in a youth explosion.
Right.
And we were all looking around saying, well, who's going to do it? And so I tried at it, and it worked. The kids won, and since then, I've been a playwright.
Well, one of the great things about your organization is that it is one that gives back in so many ways. I know you recently made a donation to a pediatric AIDS foundation. Tell me about that.
Well, actually, we recently made a donation to the American Heart Association from our last production that we had in January of this year. And the upcoming production that's going to be in August, we're going to be giving to the Elizabeth Glazer Pediatric AIDS Foundation. And we just want to help them out to find a cure so that, we feel that no child should be born with HIV.
Right.
And so we're excited about being a partner with them.
Obviously, that's a huge concern here in the capital area. We have very high rates in that, and it's really great that you're able to take an organization such as yours and help it address that as well.
Yes, absolutely. We've been giving since 2013. Some of our past organizations was the American Cancer Society. We've given to sickle cell anemia, and so we felt the need to be able to be a part of giving to Elizabeth Glazer.
That's great. So really every time some other organization that is in need really benefits from you and the plays, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We like to be a part of the community. When we had the tornadoes out in the St. James Parish area, we partnered with Harvest Food Center, and we were able to give back to the families that had endured such a disaster with the tornadoes. So we're not just a production company. We care for the people. We do have our stage plays for people to come and enjoy, but we also want our audiences to know that we do care about them as well.
Well, what you are is a huge asset to the community, and we're certainly glad that you're out there doing that. Tell the folks where they can go to find out more, either about the productions or about SeLah in general.
Okay, well, actually, to find out about SeLah, you can go to selahproductionsincorp.org, and we're getting ready to have an awesome production. It's called If It Had Not Been for the Lord. We actually had the production in January, but the audiences, they enjoyed it so much, they threw me into a sequel. And so now we're going to have 2 productions in one weekend. It's going to be 4 shows.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming on and telling us all about it. Appreciate it. Good to see you again, Joanne.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing. Well, one of the fastest growing counties, or parishes in this case, in the United States is right next door in Livingston Parish, and that's due to the great work of the LEDC. Take a look.
I have spent the last 26 years in the economic development world. I started my career at the state level, working with all 64 parishes, primarily focusing on international business development. I was able to be part of the 5 different governors' administrations and led the international business development and recruitment operations for all 5 of those governors, going back to Buddy Roemer and through the general administration. I left the general administration about 2.5 years ago and joined the Baton Rouge Area Chamber And my area of focus then became just the 9 parishes of the Baton Rouge Capital Region, including Livingston Parish. So I was very fortunate to be able to work very closely with the LEDC and with Randy Rogers and his team during this time. Now that I have been invited to be part of the Livingston Parish family, I will be focusing on the parish itself, learning what the business needs for the existing companies are, and also what the advantages are and how we can best position Livingston Parish to attract new companies to the area. Trust is probably the most important factor when we start working with a prospect to invest in a particular location. And that means dealing upfront and honestly, and if we're showing a site, we talk about the advantages of the sites, and we also talk about any of the pitfalls that might be established with that site. If we're able to do that early on and put those things on the table, we get credibility with those folks. The I-12 corridor on this side to the east of the Mississippi River puts Livingston Parish in the most ideal situation of any parish between, probably between Natchez and New Orleans to win projects. The workforce, the education system, the road system that's been improved and is being improved, and available sites gives Livingston Parish advantages that other parishes will not have. I think that Livingston has an advantage because so much of the infrastructure is ahead of the growth. The roads, there are water systems, and there are some plans to extend sewer systems beyond even the boundaries of the cities or the towns that own them. So I think that we're going to see some of those things take place. We've got some sewer systems that are idle right now. I think that we will eventually see those put to use, and the interaction that I've had with the mayors and with the parish leaders indicate to me that they're looking for places to put new water towers and new sewer systems to be ahead of that growth, because those are vital things to businesses coming to Livingston Parish. Business development does not happen in a vacuum. And one of the things that I've pointed out over my career is that economic development is an art, it's not a science. And so much of the artistry goes into who is at the table, who are the painters, who are the musicians. And I like to describe it as an orchestra, and LEDC being the conductor and helping bring the people together who cause the training and the infrastructure and the taxation and the assessment of business property to work together. And while I was at BRAC, I was able to see this work with the Martin Brower project, with the industrial park that LEDC has, and the infrastructure developments. Because these people, the mayors and the parish president and LEDC were working together, they're able to go approach the other players. Sometimes it's the railroad, sometimes it's the Department of Transportation in Baton Rouge, sometimes it's a granting authority, the EDA. Because the LEDC and the Livingston team work together so well, it makes it easier to go bring other players to the table because they're speaking with a unified voice. I can honestly say that I don't think some of these projects would have occurred if it hadn't been for the teamwork. Livingston Parish is absolutely the place to be if you have an existing business in the Capital Region and you're expanding, or you're a new business looking to establish an operation here. You can find out more information about LEDC in Livingston Parish by going to our website at ledc.net, or finding us and calling us, and we'll come and visit with you to explain the advantages that Livingston Parish has to offer.
When we come back on Across Louisiana, find out about an exciting teen film premiere and a mayoral candidate forum coming up at the library. You won't want to miss it.